Thank you for joining us at One Stop Education's Clown School. I want to start out by just introducing the curriculum. So I'm halfway there. We have balloon sculptures one week. We have magic tricks the next week. We have face painting on the third week. We have on the fourth week puppetry. Then we go into marketing. And then after marketing, we will talk about insurance because, yes, you must be insured. And then we will come back to a refresher or a new twist, clown, comedy, really getting to know who you are as a clown. And then the final week, we are going to create our costumes. We're going to come in with our own costume that we created based on our conversations throughout the week, and we'll do some demo performances on that last session. And what I'd like to show you today is balloon sculpture. So let me just get my fancy balloons so that I can do some balloon animals. Now, you can see this is a bag of 144, right? Bag of 144. This sometimes could go in a whole entire party depending on how many kids you have. So it's always good to have 2 bags with you because sometimes the bag might be bag and all the balloons will pop. I once did a vendor event and I had to make about 300 balloon animals over about a 4-hour period. And my fingers were just hurting and raw, but it was so wonderful. It was like I didn't feel that pain until after it was all done because the kids were so happy. They were lined up and there were some fun things I could do. But I've learned to keep the balloons to a minimum because when the party gets huge, it is so hard to make those balloons at a fast rate. So what we're going to do is take a balloon. We're going to stretch it out, right? You could do it all funny so that they get really excited. And then as you blow up the balloon, it's really important to keep the show going. So some of the things I do is I hit them with the balloon. Now, the first balloon we're going to make is a dog. So I'm leaving a tail. You can leave this tail longer or shorter depending on what kind of dog you're making. So if I was going to do a poodle, this balloon would be have a lot longer tail because I'm going to need the air to make all those little bubbles. But we're going to do a basic balloon. I'm going to let a little air out. We're going to do a basic dog. Like I said, you can modify this dog, make it fancy. You could do a poodle. And you just got to play around with them or come to the school and we'll learn a couple of them. So the easiest way to do it is to just make yourself have a little space here. Right there. I want to make a space. And I'm going to pinch this and twist it. And he has a face. Now, if I want to take my nose and put it through, he could be one type of dog, one type of poodle with a certain hairdo. And I can make it even more intense by making all the little bubbles on top. Now, if you have time, go ahead. Or if you just want to make different dogs, great. But to get out fast, you want to make a simple head. I might make a neck, right? And then I'm going to make a leg. So I have 2 bubbles going on. I'm always twisting to the right. And I'm going to pull it up to where I made that first bubble and twist it again. So now I have perfectly sized legs. Now the back part will be a little tricky. You may have to play with it a couple times just to make sure they're similar sizes. And if they're not, don't worry. The kids will be okay with that. So decide how long you want. If it's going to be a hot dog, go longer. But clearly, I don't have the space to make this a hot dog. So, and by hot dog, I mean a dachshund, right? I don't mean a hot dog you could eat. So we're going to make his body. And then I have to make sure that I'm making the legs similar size. So that looks about right. And the last part is easy because I just have to fold it over, right? It's folded over. And then I'm going to twist it. And voila. I have a dog. Simple, basic dog. And a lot of the kids will like the dog. And if I need to make other things like a giraffe, I just make his head longer. His neck will be longer. The space you leave is the hardest part. And then if I have this tail like this, there's a bunch of ways I could pull the air to make it a poodle tail. You could actually suck on it. It's very funny, but nowadays with all the germ spreading, we're avoiding those type of things. But you could, and then it's kind of funny, and the kids laugh that you suck it into your mouth, and it makes a little tail like that. But all different ways you could make your little doggy, right? Woof. Now, the next one is just so much fun for the kids, right? Those are great for the kids that want an animal, babies, right? Parents don't know, just quickly throw out a quick dog. But if you have kids that are a little bit older and they're running around and rambunctious and you have a million kids to do and maybe you have to face paint next, the next thing you want to do is make a sword. So again, you want to hit the kid, right? And blow it all the way up, right? I don't want to really have a tail. But what I'll do is, unless you want a sword that has the little point at the end of it, I'm letting out air so it doesn't pop. There are a bunch of ways to make swords, but I'm going to teach you one easy way. You could also use this same method to make the flower stem. I'm rolling it over, and I'm rolling it over. I'm going to squish it in the middle. This will be my base. So I'm going to squish it. You can make sure it's even. Mine didn't come out so even. Pull it out. Now, if you need a skit, here's one you could use. The kid always goes to grab it, and I go, oh, wait. Do you promise to protect and serve? And when they say yes, then I say, you are knighted. And then I turn it around and hand them the sword, and they laugh, and the parents laugh, and they go away. And when you keep parents laughing, they're going to hire you back for other things. They're going to tell their friends about you. So keep everybody happy. Keep them laughing. And make these two basic balloon animals at a party to keep them partying and wrestling, well, sword fighting with each other. They'll run around, they'll play, they'll have so much fun. These are just my 2 balloon tips for today. If you join the school, you'll get a couple of more balloon animals to put under your belt. You really don't need a lot to have a successful party unless you're going to do just balloon sculptures all day long. Then you have to really study magazines. They have all different, I'm sure, YouTube videos now on how to do really wonderful balloon sculptures with specialty balloons. This is just clowning with basic balloon. As a clown, you have to know a little bit about everything. So next week, we will be back, and our topic will be magic tricks. So I'm going to show you 2 of my favorite magic tricks that are so easy to do. I'm never good with sleight of hand. If you don't know what that is, that's really using your hands to manipulate and make things happen. I'm never good with that. So whatever tricks I do have to be so easy, and I'm going to teach you next week. I may not reveal my secrets unless you come to school, because a magician never reveals a secret. But I might do a couple of magic tricks for you and tell you how easy they are. So definitely come back next week and check out One Step Education for Clown School, because you can make such a wonderful business out of clown school. Not only could you make a lot of money, but you could also go to the hospital and volunteer and do so many wonderful things. Kids love clowns. And if they're afraid, you have to learn the skills necessary to make them love clowns and not be afraid. I'm a clown where they're just not afraid of me because I've learned how to take that scare out of the clown that so many people are afraid of. We're here to make you laugh and give you so much happiness, and I want to be able to teach you to do that. So there is a knack behind the business side of it as well. You will get the full 8-week session course for starting your clown business. This was a business I started at 15 years old, and you can at any age. I know I had a lot of people who were so excited to do it, and they were in their retirement age. So whatever your age, you definitely want to check out One Step Education. The email's One Step Education for Life. So you can always email me and I will get back to you. We'll sign you up. And every Tuesday from 6 to 7, it originally was 5 to 6, but I had to change it. So it's now 6 to 7. And then after, we do arts and crafts if you want to stay for that as well. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.